Hello fans, and welcome to Lakewood Stadium, where we will have another edition of the Arena Football Insider Game of the Week. I'm Davis Baker along with Cedric Morty. Cedric, tell us a little bit about Carver tonight.
Well, the Carver Panthers come in led by Coach Darren Miles, also coming in with a 1-1 record on the season. Their players to watch tonight are senior free safety and wide receiver Aaron Williams, who is currently committed to the University of Nebraska. Also, junior running back Gregory Payton, who had 7 touchdowns last year in the sophomore season. And finally, senior defensive back.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to welcome you to tonight's contest featuring the Grady Knights versus the Carver Panthers.
Grady will come in tonight led by Coach Carver, and they scored a 1-0 record. They will have quarterback Kayla Newton under center, who accounted for 3 touchdowns last game. He'll be throwing to highly receivers Javon Glass and Marlon Carey. Now we'll send it down to Don on the field with Coach Moreland.
Hey guys, I'm standing here with Coach Moreland, coach of the Grady Knights. Come on, tell me what's going on tonight.
Well, we had a pretty decent first game, and we just want to build upon that first game, try to do much better, play Grady football the second game. Hopefully, we come out of here, victorious, no injuries, and just play sound football.
All right. The last game, you guys started off a little bit slow. What are you expecting the first half of this game?
Well, we've been preaching tempo for the last 2 weeks. So hopefully we come out with a fast start, whether we play on offense or defense, and just go from there.
All right. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Featuring team from Carver, number 18, Bryce Wilson, and number 22, Gregory.
Grady will be kicking the ball from Grady wearing all white and silver helmets, Carver and all red tonight. Lewis deep. About the 10. Finds Malley. And he gets out to about the 30-yard line. Good return there.
Good return indeed. He almost just tackled away from taking it to the house. That was the running back. So then our running back Gregory Payton on the return. He has some explosiveness about him.
Runs it out to the 32-yard line, and he puts in 10 for Carver on the own 32-yard line.
Also 5 offensive linemen returning as starters. We have running back Greg Payton that led the team with 7 touchdowns last year, so look to premiere tonight.
Carver will run their spread offense. They set up in shotgun formation. Takes a snap, and that'll be Payton out to the outside. Good cut, and makes it
So you see a lot of that in the NFL, also college, and in around one of the speedy, athletic players in the space.
Carey.
Jordan Miles doesn't appreciate that. You had a manageable 3rd and 6 and roll out the quarterback and seemed to have a favorite matchup on the sideline.
3rd down and 11.
3rd down and 11. A more difficult territory for this team.
Yes, that sets them back now. Carver will still be in shotgun. Payne next to him. Snap is taken. Rolls out. Looks like we have
To receive number 9, Smith.
Oh, it's a fake. It's a fake. And they get it. Snap is taken, and then it's not the quarterback. And they just try and take it up the middle. As that was Aaron.
Stop by number 32, Will. Penalty ball on the field.
Also on his big number 7, Keenan Moore, defensive end. Junior 6'3" on great arm. The length on that play to just grab the quarterback by his shoulder pad and sling him onto the ground. Great read there by the DN setting that edge.
Looks like it's going to be holding against the Panthers. That will back him up 10 from the spot of foul.
Quarterback, Grady. Not enough for the great throw by the quarterback, behind the man downfield.
That was Bryce Wilson on the head.
Hoping against the Panthers is coming back.
Another deflated Grady there. And good field position, possibly could have been for another 4th down short, pushing this offense back further and further, setting Grady up to see great field position to get when they get the ball out. Starting to power up for this Carver team.
That is now 3 penalties in the first 6 minutes. So they're 3rd and 40 to go. It's another fake punt.
Going around that end, you heard the crowd yelling, same play. They called the same play, not at the middle, but around the edge. Great block by Marlon Carver, bringing the man wide open.
Now we're waiting on the referee's decision on the flag call.
Let's just go back to that. You said Betsy knew the first time.
Ready to proceed against the Panthers of Carver. It's coming back.
Panthers, another penalty, pushing the back and Grady was long, fourth down, starting at 3rd and 40, going to 4th and 11, picking it up with another fake punt and getting picked up again by a legal procedure. You got to wonder how this is going to affect this team going forward.
That's another unfortunate penalty for Carver. I can't think that they'll try another fake punt.
Let's see here.
Snap is taken and it is kicked high. Will bounce about the 20 and roll backwards towards the 22-yard line.
The ball is touched down.
Tune in next week for our game of the week. We have the Thero Panthers versus the Best Academy Eagles.
Good job by the Carver defense coming up and making a stop.
3rd down and 4.
3rd down and 4. It was a 3rd down early on in this ball game. Great.
Ariel Nicholson's back to his deep and just barely overthrown.
Lucha passes in the blue.
25.
He was over right down the seam route, looking just straight four wide receivers go. Carver defense in the line.
Make sure you download our app, Atlanta Football Insider, on your Android, iPhone, or BlackBerry.
good. The defense came in with a stunt shift on the play and confused the
False
offensive.
start against the Panthers that were back on that drive.
Panthers there and just got a false start there, but you got to be more disciplined right there. Another penalty.
First down and 15.
Great little wrinkle for Earthman Moran, just bringing some things over from the NFL, where he did play with the New England Patriots and won a Super Bowl. So he's bringing a world of experience on the next level to his program.
Okay, so that was the Panthers' fourth penalty of the game already. Carver takes a shot at shotgun, hands off to Grady.
Right there, we're seeing a lot of character coming up.
You know, the spot number 4, character.
Characters coming up big here on the defensive side of the ball here early on going in this game. Had the in a second right there, brewing up the run play right up the middle. Great aggressive tackle there by character to come.
7 down to 14.
This will now set up a 2nd and 14. Carver is in shotgun again. He takes the snap, 5 wide, steps up now, avoids pressure, rolls out, has a man open, he finds him, as long as Gregory Payton, and he's got the first down. On the sideline, it's 20, it's 20, it's 5.
Also in the air, looking like a great versatile running back. They can catch the ball in the back.
Is up, and it's good.
And the kick is good. 2:25 left in the first quarter. Carver 7, Grady 0.
Tune in next week for our game of the week. We have the Thero Panthers versus the Best Academy Eagles.
Audio's off on here. So it's an external mic that's on.
Did we switch any of the? You hear anything?
I'm hearing you.
Anything?
I'm hearing you. I'm hearing me and you.
We are sorry for those audio difficulties. We are back up and running now. Sloan, and he gets about 4 on the play, as they did rule that last run by Kayla Newton a first down. Here we go, 2nd and 6 for Grady. Newton looks over the sidelines with Sloan in the backfield again. And it is intercepted by Carver, as that was number 18, Bryce Wilson, on the pick 6 there. And Carver will now lead 13-0.
That's Bryce Bryce Wilson right there. We talked about the man led the team in interceptions last year, coming up interception return for a pick six. A D1 athlete and a great player on the defensive side of the ball. Came up with a big play for Carver for the touchdown.
Very big momentum shift there. And now Carver will be on the extra point. Kick is high and it's good. 14-0 Carver.
Tune in next week for our game of the week. We have the Thero Panthers versus the Best Academy Eagles.
As the quarterback, Kentrell Barber, will also kick off.
Well, Kalen Newton gets a chance to redeem himself with this next possession. Carver is coming out, starting great, leading 14-0. Let's see if they can keep it going.
Here we go. Kick is deep. It is taken at the 10-yard line by Jamon Glass, who bobbles it real quick, but now regains possession and is hit hard at the 25-yard line.
Like I said, Kalen Newton again taking off snap with the ball. The defense coming on great for Carver. So good to see what Coach Earthly Moreland dials up on the offensive side of the ball.
As here we go. This will be a 1st and 10 for Grady from their own 24-yard line. Three receivers to Newton's right. Takes the snap. Hands off now. And a big hit there by Emmett Greer. He shot in like a bullet on that play and made the tackle.
Well, Greer coming in with a big hit, reading that play from the very get-go and making a great aggressive play on the ball carry.
Here we go. It'll be a 2nd and 9 for Grady. Newton in shotgun. Takes the snap, hands off. Oh, no, fakes the handoff. Gets it out to Colin Bray, as that was a screen, and he will get to the 31-yard line. This will set up about a 3rd and 4 now, excuse me.
Earthly Moore is trying to get his guys going. Good, easy completion there to Colin Bray. You wonder when he's going to test his secondary with those standout wide receivers on the outside.
And now Newton hands off. And that was Martin Fleming on the carry. He will get a 1st down on that play.
Well, Fleming there on the carry, you probably see an exclusive dose of him starting now in the game.
Here we go. Newton hands off. No, read option, takes it himself. And he will gain about 6 yards on the play.
Right now, the coaching staff for the Grady Knights are going to that ground game to pick up yardage here right now to gain some momentum, gain some confidence back from this Carver team.
Here we go. Newton will try and get the last snap off for the quarter, and he fumbles. It's a bad snap, and Newton will just have to fall on it. As that will end our first quarter here at Lakewood Stadium. This is Atlanta Football Insider Game of the Week. Your score, the Carver Panthers 14, the Grady Gray Knights 0. We'll be back after this.
Hey guys, make sure you check us out on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Atlanta Football Insider.
Now we get a chance to see this Carver offense again, and you got to be looking over there at that defense. The defense for Grady is sporting a lot of players going both ways, and Jamon Glass, Marlon Character, also Colin Bray on different possessions. Maybe they might get tired and worn down out there, but look, in that Washington game they kind of got worn down later on in the game, but see if they can rebound right here on this play.
Here we go. As Carver takes over again. That'll be Barber in the backfield. And he took the snap and just ran it straight up the middle
for a 5-yard gain there. Solid play by Barber.
Good job by Barber doing a smart, simple thing, just going out of bounds after picking up real estate there. Good gain on the first down, just positive yards, and great job of getting out of bounds before the hit took place.
Here we go. This will set up a 2nd and 7. Excuse me. Barber will take the snap, handoff to Peyton, and he does not get much on that play.
Right there, you had a simple A-gap blitz by the inside linebackers. Good job of diagnosing the play, seeing run all the way, coming up there. Jabron way up there, making the stop, going in there with Jamon Glass on the blitz play. And they're going to need a lot more plays like that to get back in this ball game.
As there's a timeout called on the field. This Atlanta Football Insider Game of the Week, Grady versus Carver. We'll send it down to Don on the field now.
Good evening, guys. I'm standing here with Dr. Pryor. How are you doing?
I am wonderful tonight, especially after the score right here.
All right. Yeah, I see that score. Introduce yourself to the public. Let everyone know who you are.
Well, again, I am Dr. Marvin Pryor. I'm one of the 4 principals at the new schools at Carver, and I happen to be the principal at Carver School of the Arts. The other colleagues on the campus are in the School of Early College, Ms. Marcine Thornton, School of Technology, Ms. Josie Love, and none other than Mr. Marcus Jackson, who is the principal of Carver Health Sciences and Research.
All right, and you guys have 4 schools but 1 football team, correct?
1 football team. That's the way we do it.
All right, and then thank you for that breakdown, but I'm going to talk about what you have on right now. So who's your favorite NFL team?
I don't think you have to ask that tonight. You know, I just thought that we would bring a championship spirit to the sideline tonight here. Just like the Carver Panthers are, so are we right here. So again, let's get ready for some football.
All right, thank you. Thank you. Have a good night.
The same to you. Thank you, guys.
Welcome back to Lakewood Stadium, ladies and gentlemen, as we will have a 3rd and 6 for Carver. Taking over at the Grady 45. As they try and get Grady to jump off sides on a hard count. Kentrell Barber takes the snap, looks around, has a man, and he will pick up the first down as that was Aaron Williams on the catch. And he's still up.
And some extra activity going on the field as it's getting pushed around out there, the flag being thrown on the play. But Aaron Williams right there, the guy that picked up those first downs on those fake punts right there, coming up with just a hitch route right there, picking up the first down. Great throw by Barbie, stepping up in the pocket, diagnosing the coverage, and making a great throw there for the first down.
And here we go. That will set up a 1st down and 10 to go for Carver.
There was just a personal foul penalty there on the defense. Not a smart play at all. You can just tell there's probably a little frustration down there, being down 14-0 to these guys, and just they haven't been down like this season with 2 touchdowns. They were down 1 touchdown against Washington on the last game, but being down 2 touchdowns, possibly down 3, the way this Carver offense is going. So you just sense the tension and the frustration going along on that Grady sideline.
Yeah, and now Carver will take over 1st and 10. And that was Aaron Williams taking the snap, but there's a penalty on the play. False start on Carver, so that will set them back 5 yards, as that is now their 5th penalty of the game.
Well, that's another penalty there by Carver, but you see Aaron Williams in the backfield. Coach Darren Miles isn't shy about switching out guys at quarterback, giving the defense several looks on any given possession just to throw them off and get them off their game right there. Aaron Williams in the backfield set up at quarterback.
Here we go, as Williams on it, quarterback, as Cedric mentioned. Man in motion, takes the snap, and he hands off to him, as that was Jamarco Alford on the carry. only got a few on that play.
Just a simple man in motion coming around on the end around there. Just you see a lot of facets of this run game tonight. The misdirection, and screen passes, and guys going in motion on the end arounds. Just showing different looks out there, and real exotic on the offense side of the football.
Here we go, as it is a direct snap to Williams. And he will get about 5 on the play.
Yeah, Carver with the spread offense showing a bunch of different looks of different guys making a lot of plays out there for this team, keeping the defense on their heels there. But right now, set them up on a 3rd down and 8. Let's see what they go to on this play.
Here we go, 3rd and 8, as Cedric mentioned. Man in motion, and he will hand off, as that was Aaron Williams in the backfield again. And it was an end around for only about 2 or 3 yards. As that was Bryce Wilson on the carry, and that will set up a 4th down.
Yeah, Bryce Wilson there, who had the pick 6 early in the game going around the end. Good job of making himself small, and seemed like he could have got stopped for less yardage than that, but making himself small and finding room along the sideline to pick up extra yardage.
We now have an injury timeout on the field. Remember to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Atlanta Football Insider, and also download our app, Atlanta Football Insider, on Google Play and the App Store. We'll send it down to Don on the field now.
Hey guys, I'm standing here with Mr. Render. How are you?
I'm fine. How you doing? Great to see you.
Good to see you as well. So, you're standing there with your name tag, sir. Could you please tell us who you are and what your role is?
Well, my name is Nelson Render. I'm the assistant principal at Carver School of the Arts and Carver Health Science and Research.
All right. So tell us a little bit more about your role.
Well, my role is, number one, to support all of the visions and missions of both of the principals at both schools, and also to support the staff, but mainly to support the students and our community.
All right. So how do you feel about the game thus far?
Well, I think we're winning this 14-0. Wait a minute. Oh, wait, it's still 14-0. Yeah, and we're winning. So I'm very happy that we're winning, and I'm glad to be a part of Panther Nation.
All right, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
As we are back here at Lakewood Stadium, 8 minutes to go in the second quarter. This will be a 4th and 5 for Carver. They're going for it. And he is sacked big. And it is picked up by Grady. As that was number 14, Octavius Battle, who took the snap, but was not able to hold on to the ball as he fumbled, and Grady picked up.
Picked up by Marlon Character, coming up with a big play for the defense there, but also on that play, you see some of the disadvantages of having multiple guys back there catching snaps right there. Just fumbled a fumble snap on that play and getting tackled and making a mistake, letting the ball bounce on the ground. But good job there by Grady coming up with a big turnover when they needed it most. They couldn't afford to go down 21-0 in this ball game.
As here we go. Newton in shotgun after a few unsuccessful drives. 1st and 10 takes a snap. Hands off now. Good cut there. And he's still up. As that was Jaquez Sloan. He's still up. There he goes. The 40, the 30, the 20. Man trailing the 10. Nobody's going to touch him. Touchdown Grady. As the sophomore Jaquez Sloan with the big play there.
That was just all Jaquez Sloan as he got around that edge, making multiple defenders miss. And great breakaway ability on the end of that run, tailing off into the end zone. Big play needed by Grady, and a big play back-to-back with the fumble recovery by Marlon Character. And right there, Jaquez Sloan with the long touchdown run, trying to bring this game within striking distance, down 1 touchdown after the extra point.
Huge play there by Sloan. He's only 5'8", but he ran like he was a lot bigger on that play. And
that's what you need early on in this season. Good job by about the Grady team showing resolve and character, coming back 14 down, possibly 21 down, making big play after big play to lead to the touchdown, getting these guys right back in the game.
This Atlanta Football Insider Game of the Week, Grady versus Carver. Your score 14-6. Carver. We will be back after the break.
Tune in next week for our Game of the Week. We have the Thero Panthers versus the Best Academy Eagles.
And we are back as Grady will set up to kick their extra point here after the long touchdown run by Jaquez Sloan. Man runs on late for Carver. And the kick is through the uprights. Oh, excuse me, it was wide left. So still 14-6.
Yeah, and also right there, he had a missed kick in the last game against Washington to come back again, and another missed extra point on this play could come back to haunt these guys going forward late in the game.
As here we go, both teams will now send on their special teams units. Coaches huddling with them before they go out. Make sure you download our app, Atlanta Football Insider, on Google Play and the App Store. Here we go, as Carver will be back deep to receive this kick. And Grady teeing it off. As ball is set at the 40-yard line. It is kicked deep by number 31. This will now go on a bounce. And looks like it was picked up by number 18, Bryce Wilson, but he had nowhere to go as he was stuffed at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, and you see that momentum and that swagger starting to get to the Grady sideline. It's funny how that momentum changes after big plays. You see if Carver can sort of temper some of that on the Grady side and try to mount a drive here to get some points, or at least get the ball on the other side of the field to set their defense up with good field position. Also on the Grady side, see how they respond after making a big play. See if they can come back, try to make another big play. If not, just try to hold them to a 3-and-out and get the ball back to their offense.
This will be a 1st and 10 for Carver from their own 20-yard line. Kentrell Barber will now be under center for first time tonight. He will hand off now, as that looks like it was Gregory Payton, but he was stuffed at the line of scrimmage.
We talked about it, the Carver offense gaining good yard on the ground, but good job there by the Grady front line and coming up and making them stop for a minimal gain.
That was Tismonte Dukes on that last carry. Here we go. Barber under center. Pitches out to Dukes again, and he gets through a hole, and we'll get to about the 26-yard line. And now we have an injured Carver as two players down on the field for Carver. This is Atlanta Football Insider Game of the Week, Grady versus Carver. We will be back after the break.
Hey guys, make sure you check us out on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Atlanta Football Insider.
Set go. We're going 200. Straight right. 200.
We are back here at Lakewood Stadium. This is another edition of Atlanta Football Insider Game of the Week. Both injured Carver players were able to walk off under their own power. So that is good for the Panthers. Here we go. This will be a 3rd and 3. As quarterback Gets out to the side, and he'll run for it. Down the sidelines, and he'll get to about the 45-yard line. That was Kentrell Barber.
Yeah, great decision-making ability there by Barbie on that play. Not forcing anything down the field, seeing green grass and just running to it, picking up the first down and not trying to get any more extra yardage, just steps out of bounds to avoid any harm on the play. But good pickup on the ground there by Barbie.
Here we go. Carver will set up in an I form. Barber under center again. Takes the snap. Hands off to Peyton. And he was able to get nothing on that play.
It's the first time you're seeing Peyton on this drive. You've seen jogging on the sidelines, probably working out a cramp, but stopped on the play there by that defensive front by the Grady Knights. So,
here we go. As now Aaron Williams will be in shotgun formation to take the snap. Takes the snap. Hands off to Gregory Payton. Oh, makes a man miss with the juke move. There he goes around the side. And he will get pushed out of bounds at the 33-yard line. A great run there.
As we look at this replay here, you see the guy just great juke move right there. Just juking him on the sidelines, but Jamon Glass is running him down, but not before he picks up a big gain. Gregory Payton with great footwork and great big speed, big play ability.
As Payton now fumbles, and it's down, and Grady picks it up. That will be Grady ball. As he took the snap from the shotgun, and it was never a clear handoff. And it results in a fumble on the play.
Well, we just talk about the big play potential and the big flash of Gregory Payton right there. Not so much with the fumble on the play right there, just getting the ball stripped right out of his hands. Got to do a better job of holding on to the ball. But back-to-back drives, defensive drives where the Grady Knights come up with a big turnover to give their offense the ball back to try to draw even here with 5 minutes and 41 seconds to go.
And a big momentum shift here for Grady. It is now a one-possession game. So, Cedric, what do you do here if you're Grady? You know, you're down one possession, you just got a score and a turnover. Now you have all the momentum. What do you call here if you're Coach Moreland?
Well, a lot of times teams have a tendency to try to dial up a big play, following a turnover, probably a play action pass to try to. We haven't seen these wide receivers get involved. Marlon Character, Jamon Glass. I would look to try to get a play action rollout to one of those guys, especially with the run. The running game is as potent as it's been today. So look for the offense to try to hit them with a big play right here, play action, or you go with the conservative route that got you back in the game with the running game.
As here we go. 5 minutes and 41 seconds to go in the second quarter. Grady will have a 1st and 10 as Kalen Newton is in shotgun with running backs to both sides of him. This will be a read option, and Newton will take it himself to the 40-yard line. And we will have a flag on the play as well.
And they go with the quarterback's read option play right there, picking up good yards on the ground. Kalen Newton with a nice gain on the first down.
As Newton's last run got Grady 3 yards, so it'll be a 2nd and 7 from their own 39-yard line. And after the penalty, that will set Grady up with a 1st down from the Carver 46-yard line.
It's Carver there with another penalty on that play. Just racking up these penalties not so good play, not disciplined enough to with all these penalties going on in the field, and it might come back to bite them later on in the ball game.
Here we go. Newton takes a snap. Hands off to Martin Fleming, and he breaks a bunch of tackles. He's still going. Hurdles a guy down to the 25-yard line. A great run there by Martin Fleming.
Martin Fleming with a beast mode type run, breaking tackles left and right, down the middle, pushing guys off of him, picking up another first down. And if I was Coach Earthen Moreland, I'll just keep giving these running backs the ball.
Here we go. Newton takes a snap, and we will have a penalty on the field. False start on the offense. As it never really looked like Grady set up there. They were trying to run a no huddle.
Well, the Grady Knights this year especially want to run an up-tempo offense, and right there just getting a little ahead of themselves with the false start penalty. But nonetheless, good job. This running game sparking a momentous comeback right now for the Grady Knights, and I look for them to get the ball back to the running back, and it also can set up the play-action pass as well going forward in this drive.
Here we go. Newton takes the snap. He's rolling out now. Has a man, and it is deflected, and it almost went into the hands of the Grady receiver, but it was incomplete. As that was Ahmad Heron, who was the intended receiver.
We almost completed right there by the quarterback, but good job by the defender right there, reading the ball in the air and making the pass deflection.
Newton takes a snap, hands off to Fleming, gets to the outside, and he will be hit by 3 Carver defenders.
Well, good job of gang tackling there by the defense, setting that edge and coming up and wrapping up on that tackle. You've seen with these Grady running backs, you have to form tackle them, you have to grab them, you have to team tackle them, and it was a good job there together as a group coming to make up the tackle.
Here we go, as this will be a 3rd and 13. Jaquez Sloan in the backfield, who already has a long rushing touchdown on the night. Newton now looks over to the sidelines, talking to his offensive line. Sloan now moves to the right side of Newton. Newton takes a snap, blow snap, rolls out, and he has plenty of room. He'll run it, and he will be stopped short of the first down marker, but got about 10 yards on the play.
Good job by Newton just reading the coverage downfield. Nothing open, but a lot of real estate there. He picked up good yardage on the ground. It'll be 4th down, but making it a short 4th down with the run right there. Good job by changing the play, getting them into a more successful play there by Newton.
And this will be a 4th and 3, and the Grady Knights will go for it. From the Carver 17-yard line, Newton will shut up in shotgun with Jaquez Sloan to his side again. Newton takes a snap, looks around. There's pressure, goes up the middle, and he is sacked.
Newton forced up in the pocket there and sacked there by the defensive line from Carver. It seemed like he had yardage on the outside to the right side, but good job by the defense right there coming up with a 4th down stop and halting this drive of the Grady Knights. It seemed to have so much potential, but coming up short as a turnover on downs. But good job by Carver defense as they get the ball to their offense with 3 minutes to go in the first half.
And now Carver will set up from their own 20-yard line. They will send Kentrell Barber in the backfield to take the snap. Barber takes the snap, hands off, and nowhere to go on that play.
Well, the D-line just read that play from the start. Stopped in the backfield led by Keenan Moore. Big D in again on the play. He's wreaked havoc in the backfield. They're reading that run play better here in the second quarter, and they're forcing the Carver team to pass the ball.
Here we go as they drop back. He's got a man, and it is deflected, but he was out of bounds anyway. So an incomplete pass there.
Well, Well, intended for Aaron Williams on the play. Great job there by the defender. Using that sideline, Ronquavius Cullins. Great athlete. Had an interception in last week's game against Washington, but good job coming up there and making a play on the ball. If they want to, they're selling out on the run, and looks like they're forcing the quarterback to make the throws in the air to beat them, switching things up by Earthly Moreland.
As this will now be a 3rd and 10. Pressure from Grady. He's got a man open, but he can't find him as there was a big sack there by the Grady Gray Knights.
A good defensive pressure by the Great Knights on that play. Seemed to have a receiver downfield on a chair route, a long developing route. Took too long to develop, but good job and good pressure on the defensive line. Leading it into a 4th down and 10 here on their own 18-yard line. You want to see if they said was 17, excuse me. See if they are brave enough here on their own side of the field to call that fake punt as they did several times in the first quarter.
Here we go. Carver will now punt. Punter takes the ball from the goal line, boots it deep, and that ball will bounce, take 2 bounces, and be down at the 40-yard line. So Grady will take over at the Carver 40 with great field position.
Yeah, as we have this break in action, we ask you all to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Atlanta Football Insiders. Also, download the free app, Atlanta Football Insider, on Google Play and iTunes.
As we have 1 minute and 37 seconds to go in the half, Grady will try and get some points up on the board before they hit the locker room. Here we go. Ball at the 40-yard line. Newton at the 45. Takes a snap and fakes to Fleming. And he is still wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage. As great defense there by Carver.
Yeah, good defense by Carver. Aaron Williams coming in, making the play in the backfield. Loss of a yard on the play, and it sets up the 2nd down and 11.
Here we go. Newton takes a snap again. Looks to throw now. He has a man open. As that was number 25, Ahmad Heron. He's had a few catches on the night, but he will still be stopped short of the 1st down marker. And now we will have a timeout charge to Grady.
Right there, good job by Nigel Walton in that defensive backfield of Carver coming up on a stop. These guys have been real disciplined in the game tonight, breaking down, making tackles, and making plays. Also coming up with a pick 6 early on in the ball game to kind of neutralize these playmaking receivers, Jamon Glass and Marlon Carricker, so far in this first half.
We all we got. In on the stop for the Grady Knights, number 28, Gary Pitts.
Insider game of the week, Grady versus Carver. We are back with 1 minute to go in the half. Newton takes a snap, rolls out to his right, and there's a penalty flag now, but the pass is completed to Amir Smith. He was a big impact in the first game, and that is his first catch tonight.
Yeah, Amir Smith had a big impact, several catches for nice yardage against Washington as they came out on top right there. It was the first time we called his name in this game. Good roll out there by Caleb Newton, finding the man on the sideline, but just holding negates the good first down, good gain there by Caleb Newton in his offense. This is the first time where that's pretty much got them on the negative side with the penalty.
Here we go, as this will set up a 3rd and 11 with 52 seconds to go for Grady. 3 wide receivers, 2 Kalen Newton's left, along with the running back. Newton will take the snap, rolls out to his left here, throws deep. Oh, and he almost had him, as that was number 25, Ahmad Heron, as it just went through his arms.
Yeah, missed connection there with Heron on that long pass play, but good job rolling out. Seems like Newton is very accurate on those rollout passes. Good job seeing the receiver downfield. He just seemed to flick it and hit the receiver right on the hands. He unfortunately didn't come out with the ball.
Yeah, as Cedric mentioned, that was a beautiful throw there by Kayla Newton. Ahmad Heron just couldn't bring it in. This will now set up a 4th and 11, and it looks like Grady will be in pump formation. Aaron Williams and Gregory Payton will be back deep. Snap is kicked deep, so will be Payton taking it from the 10-yard line. Finds a seam, cuts back and around, making many Grady defenders miss, but he'll be brought down at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, good job there by Payton just fielding that ball, making a few people miss here and there, but sets up on the 20-yard line there with about 27 seconds left on the clock. Gotta wonder how Coach Darren Miles is going to call this in this half, leading 14-6. Will he take the aggressive approach, airing it out long, trying to get something out of nothing, or will he go on the ground just to be satisfied with the lead and going into halftime with it?
Here we go, as Carver will take over at their own 21-yard line. As that was... And that is Payton cutting back. This is a big gain. The 50, and he got out to about the 45-yard line, and there was a timeout charged to Carver as they are trying to score here before the half.
Well, Coach Miles there going for the safe play, but Gregory Payton had other things in mind there on that play, picking up great yardage on the ground, but also great blocking along the sideline by the receivers and downfield, getting the ball past the 50-yard line. And now you 15 seconds left. You were almost in Hail Mary territory if you want to try to test this Grady secondary here. Coach calling a timeout. You want to know what he's going to try to dial up here. One timeout left, maybe try to get the ball downfield on one more pass play and try to get it close for a potential Hail Mary pass in the end zone to try to get points before the end, or possibly set up a field goal on this play.
As both teams still huddle. Cedric, what do you call here? Do you call a screen play or do you try and throw it deep?
Well, I think the safe thing to do, you might want to try to set up like you're going to throw the ball deep, and like you just alluded to, try to probably hit Gregory Payton on the screen play. He hit a big long gainer on it, catching and taking it down for a touchdown. So I probably might try a screen.
Here we go, Kentrell battle in the shotgun, and he is sacked. As that was number 7 for Grady, Keenan Marr.
Well, Keenan Marr there with another big play, the sack on the play. He's been disruptive on the backfield of Carver tonight, and that pretty much takes them out of anything they had planned to try to put points on the board. I think right now with 6 seconds left, you just eat the ball and just go into half with the lead.
We will now have a timeout on the field. This is Atlanta Football Insider Game of the Week. Carver versus Grady. We'll be back. This is Atlanta Football Insider Game of the Week. We are back. 7 seconds to go in the half. This is Kentrell Barber taking the snap. Takes the snap. Looking around, throws deep. And it is incomplete as he throws it out of bounds. That is our half. At the end of one half, it is Carver 14, Grady 6. We'll send it down to Dawn on the field now and we will be back for second half action.
Hey guys, it's halftime here with Carver versus Grady. Carver is leading 14-6. Let's check out the other scores around Atlanta.
This is Atlanta Football Insiders. We are here at Lakewood Stadium for halftime. It is the scores: the Carver Panthers 14, the Grady Gray Knights 6. Cedric, what do you think happened on the Grady side of the ball this half?
Well, you look on the Grady side of the ball, a lot of miscommunication with the receivers. You have Jamon Glass and Marlon Carrick, the big play receivers, being shut down by the secondary Carver. Bryce Wilson with a pick six. And they're just doing a good job of wrapping up and tackling, and got a lot of swagger out there as far as the defense, and not breaking a lot of tackles on their side of the ball, Grady side of the ball, but on their side of the ball, defense led by Keenan Moore, 1 sack, 3 tackles for loss, doing a great job on defensive side. Also 2 fumble recovers.
And Cedric, if you're the Carver coaching staff, how do you tell your boys to come out and play in the second half?
Well, I'm the Carver coaching staff. We started off with a lot of penalties, a lot of bad plays. You had two fake punts that went, and they were negated by penalties. But right now, just keep with the game plan. Let's run the ball. We've done a great job. Also, the quarterbacks, a lot of switching in and out. Just tell the guys to settle down and just come out there poised and disciplined. And if they cut down some of those penalties, they can get this margin wider.
And Cedric, what do you think the ultimate factor will be for the winning team to win this game?
Well, that stat will be on the defensive side of the ball. The team that's able to make the most stops will be able to come out on top. Pretty much these teams are pretty much evenly matched. The difference is coming down on the defensive side of the ball with Bryce Wilson with that pick six for Carver. You had two fumble recoveries on the defensive side of the ball for Grady, so that whoever wins the defensive side of things is going to come out victorious in this ball game.
This is the Atlanta Football Insider halftime report. We'll be back for second half action. Atlanta Football Insider Game of the Week. We are at Lakewood Stadium tonight. Grady versus Carver. Carver will be kicking off to Grady to start the second half. Kick is deep here, and it is taken on a bounce. As he will only get out to about the 27-yard line, and that was Jamon Glass on the return.
Jamon Glass there on the return, but looking at the offensive side of the ball, we haven't heard much of Marlon Carrick or Jamon Glass in the receiving game, pretty much being neutralized by the secondary of the Carver Panthers. Also, Kalen Newton not having the best first half, but he's known to be a second half quarterback. Let's see if he can come in and get a better second half going on this game and see if they stick with this ground game that's been working for him in the first half.
Here we go to be a 1st and 10. Newton takes a snap in shotgun, hands it off to Fleming, and again he is stopped at the line of scrimmage.
We're starting the second half, trying to start this tempo, hand off to Fleming right up the middle for a few yards here on the play. See to milk that running game and try to set up some play action and get these receivers involved in the game.
Newton now sets him in shotgun again. Fleming to his right. And he will fake the handoff. Goes out to Bray on a screen. They've tried that play a few times tonight, but Bray dropped the pass.
And it seems like they're putting Bray out there on those screen routes. I want to probably see if you can try to get Jamon Glass or Marlon Carrick involved, the speedier receivers in that screen game, but incompletion right there on that play. 3rd down and 7, and see if you have Grady coming in and get a 3 and out.
Newton in the backfield, 3rd and 7 from their own 31 for Grady, and we will have a penalty flag on the field.
You come out with the momentum that Grady had going into the half. You want to try to come out and try to get something going here on offense, but you don't want that 3 and out to start this first half. As you see the penalty there on
on Grady, the legal substitution, is pretty much just hurting their cause to get something going. But you want to try to get something going on your first drive. You don't want to get that 3 and out, especially when you're down here to this tough Carver team.
And this will now set them up with a 3rd and 12. Newton takes the snap, looks around, steps up in the pocket, and he is sacked. Big sack there by Carver, forcing a 4th down on their first drive of the second half.
Looked like 15, Jacoby Hill there on that sack. Great aggressive play there by that front of Carver. But like I was saying, the penalty pushed them back a little further, and right now you've experienced that 3 and out along with a penalty and bagging yourself up, giving Carter great field position to start for their offense here in the second half.
Punt is kick deep. And Peyton and Wilson were both back deep, but it was down by Grady.
Now you get a chance to Carver's first possession here in the second half. Gregory Payton pretty much has his fingerprints all on this game, leading the team with 7 rushing touchdowns, doing it through the air, catching the pass, touchdown reception here in this one, showing great speed, great agility in the run game and making people miss with a pretty sick juke move in the first half. I looked at him to get this guy the ball early and often to try to control this ground game and this time of possession in this ball game.
As here we go, Aaron Williams in at quarterback, and he gets a solid run on the quarterback snap. But there is a penalty flag on the field. Referee's decision coming in. It'll be a hold on Carver, and that'll set them back 10 yards.
And it seemed to be there. 62, Michael Bentley there on that hold, just grabbed the guy and kind of took him to the ground there on that play. But both teams starting with penalties on their first drives here in the second half. Let's see if these penalties be detrimental to these guys getting something going on the offensive side of the ball.
Here he goes. It looks like Battle is now in at quarterback. Yes, he is. There's a screen, and it is incomplete. Jamon Glass.
And that pass intended for Bryce Wilson there. Seemed like he heard those footsteps of the defender coming up, making a hit, but ball sailed out of bounds on that play.
As Kentrell Barber takes the snap, looks out now, and he had a man in the flats, but he couldn't hit him. That will now set up a 3rd and 15.
And now you're seeing the effects of that early penalty has on his offense. He's sitting now at 3rd down and 15. Not many plays there in the sheet on the play sheet for a long 3rd down conversion. Right now you got Keenan Moore back there with a sack and 3 tackles for a loss. Look for him to bring the pressure on this play.
Barber takes the snap, looks around, and another penalty flag on the field. False start on Carver, and that will set them back even more.
Yeah, Carver, as well as Grady's offense, coming out sluggish to start the second half. They get a false start there on the play, 3rd and even longer now. Like I said, look, if you're the coach for Carver, you might want to look at trying to get just a little safe play to get yourself out of harm's way to limit the damage done by the several penalties here on this drive.
Here we go. Barber takes a snap, and it looks like it was a wide receiver mid-screen, but he cannot connect with his receiver, and that will set up a 4th down.
Well, Coach Darren Miles there electing to go for that passing game of Carver instead of the running game. Been so successful in the first half, but with the penalties back them up to their own 26-yard line with 4th and 21 to go. And now the field position in Grady's side of things right now, see if they can do something with the field position.
As 2 men back for Grady on the punt formation. And we will have a timeout charged to Carver. Now we're going to send it down on the field to Dawn.
Hey guys, make sure you check us out on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Atlanta Football Insider.
This is Atlanta Football Insider. We are back here at Lakewood Stadium. I'm Davis Baker along with Cedric Morgan. This will now set up a 4th and 21 for Carver. And now they're in an odd punt formation. As he takes the snap and boots it off to the right. And it looks like he shanked it a little bit off his foot as that goes out at the Carver 42-yard line. So a net punt of only about 20 yards.
Yeah, and like I was talking about the penalties setting you back. Now you see Grady here on the other side of the 50, set up with good field position to start their second drive in the second half. See if they can be a little more disciplined and not let the penalties take over and push them back as they attempt to try to get a score on this drive.
As Newton comes out again, looking to make it a tie ball game. He hands off, as I believe that was Martin Fleming. Yes, it was.
Yeah, Martin Fleming there on that play, setting up 2nd down and 6.
And Newton now hands off to Fleming again, and he gets a few yards. That'll set up a manageable 3rd down.
Yeah, Fleming again, back-to-back runs by Fleming, setting up a 3rd and short. See if Grady might dig in the playbook and try to pull out a play action or possibly a roll out here to the strong side of the field.
Here we go, Newton in shotgun. Looks over to the sidelines now. So he has Martin Fleming next to him. 3 receivers to his left, 1 wide out to his right. Newton takes a snap, stays in the pocket, pressure, gets away from it, rolls out now, gets a block, and he'll be going down the sidelines now, and he'll step out at the 25-yard line. A nice play there by Kalen Newton.
Nice play by Kalen Newton. Even better job of using his blocking as you see him put his hand behind his offensive lineman and his wide receiver, getting him directing traffic and being patient as a runner to get that open yards on the ground and pick up the 1st down.
Now another 1st down. It's a handoff to Fleming, who gets the outside, makes a man miss, and gets down to the 12-yard line. Good run there by Martin Fleming.
And Fleming with the fumble on the play, picked up by the Carver defense. Another turnover proved to be costly for this Grady team as they were in prime scoring position inside the 20-yard line, and Fleming coughs it up on the ground, and Carver with another turnover here, stopping a potential score from Grady.
Yes, that's a big swing, as it looked like Grady might score, and now the ball's right back in Carver's hands. So it'll be a 1st and 10 from their own 13-yard line. Kentrell Barber will take the snap, and he will hand off to Payton. Gregory Payton now, and he fumbles. He fumbles the ball, and it looks like it is picked up by Grady. No, they will rule it Carver ball as they did pick up their own fumble.
You almost had back-to-back fumbles right there by both teams, but Carver with a good job of recovering it on that play, almost giving the ball right back to Grady.
Here we go. This is Octavius Battle now, and at quarterback. Battle takes the snap, and he hands off to Payton. No, excuse me. That was Dukes. on the carry.
Well, both teams' running game has seemed to be pretty effective in this ball game. Neither one exclusively sticking with that run, but the run games for both teams have been really impressive tonight.
Snap is now taken again by Battle, but Dukes doesn't get anywhere on the handoff.
Yeah, Dukes just tripped up by that defensive line. Good job by those D tackles coming in and getting on that ground and pinning those linemen right there at the line of scrimmage and allowing the running back to trip over his own men for the tackle.
Here we go. This will be a 3rd and 4 as Octavius Battle is the quarterback again. Takes the snap. Now he's looking deep. He throws deep. He's got a man. Turns around, and he can't get it. There was a little bit of contact on that play, but no flag as Aaron Williams was the intended receiver.
Yeah, well, ball intended for Aaron Williams, just bad. Well, I wouldn't say bad, but just not good, not quick enough on the adjustment for that ball. Ronquavius Cullins there on the defense, but you see right now a holding call here on the Carver team. That's another penalty, shooting themselves in the foot right here. And these penalties are starting to add up and becoming more costly as the game wears on.
Fortunately, though, for Carver, they will get another chance at trying to convert the 3rd down. Shotgun formation. Battle takes the snap. Looks deep again. Rolls out to his right. Pressure coming. Great fake, and it will be incomplete, but there is a flag on the play as Battle seems upset after that last play. And another hold on Carver. As you could see, Octavius' battle frustration on that last play with all the holding penalties so far. Cedric, if you're Coach Miles, what do you tell your guys?
Well, you got to regroup the guys on the sideline, get them to sit down and just tell them just to relax, take a deep breath. Guys, we're leading in this ball game. If we can just take out some of the penalties, we will be able to extend this lead. Because the defense is playing exceptional against Grady. You just need to just minus your turnovers and minus the penalties. You can be able to stretch this lead out some more.
As the punt was kicked deep and is now taken by Amir Smith on the run back as he gets to about the 49-yard line of Grady.
Yeah, and the Grady offense set to take the field. 6 minutes and 36 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. Both drives early in this ball, or the second half of this ball game, stalled by the first drive penalty that set them back with a 3rd and long. They wouldn't be able to convert in the second inside their own 20-yard line. Martin Fleming coming up with a fumble that led to Carver retaining possession. So see if they can bounce back and cut out the penalties here and cut out the turnovers and try to get a score.
Here we go, Newton in a pistol formation. He'll hand off to Jaquez Sloan, the speedster. And he breaks another tackle and gets about a 4-yard gain. Good job of making something out of nothing there by Jaquez Sloan.
Yeah, and Sloan broke the long touchdown run earlier in the first half. Good thing Earthly Morgan has 2 solid running backs to go to. Martin Fleming, obviously the lead back, but good job by Sloan there, picking up good yardage.
Here we go. Newton takes the snap, throws deep, and way overthrew Amir Smith on that play, as that is not the first time Newton has overthrown his receiver tonight. Oh,
out there you have Aaron Williams. Aaron Williams in the secondary, a University of Nebraska commit, and also Bryce Wilson. Wilson has currently has 8 offers of D1 talent there in the secondary. You haven't heard Marlon Carrick's name or Jamon Glass's name. These the leading standout receivers for this Grady football team has pretty much been taken out of the ball game by this good secondary by Carver.
As there was a chop block penalty on Grady there, so that will set them back anyway. As that looks like it was a 15-yard penalty. So that will now set up Grady with a 2nd down and long to go. Newton takes a snap, and he hands off to Fleming. He's still going, and he gets a good gain there of about 15 yards. That'll set up a 3rd and 10.
Yeah, Martin Fleming coming out there showing his frustration in that run from that earlier fumble, picking up a good bit of yards to make it back to the original line of scrimmage there. Sets up a 3rd and 10, and now you gotta try to challenge this secondary for Carver. Try to get Kalen Newton, the big athletic quarterback, out on the edge on the rollout where you have an option to run or pass. Try to roll him out to the strong side of the field where he has extra space and try to make the defense make a decision.
Here we go, Newton in shotgun on this 3rd and 9. Takes a snap, looks around. He's got a couple receivers in the slot, and the intended receiver there looks like was Aaron Hudson, but he is now down as he dropped the ball after a big hit by the Carver defender.
Yeah, Kayla Newton, just a 3-step drop, simple route, go straight to the sticks and turn around, a hitch route there. Seemed to probably get the wind knocked out of him, but that's another drive that not able to convert on a 3rd down.
As this is an injury timeout, this is still in a Football Insider Game of the Week. Grady versus Carver. We'll be back after the break.
Tune in next week for our Game of the Week. We have the Thero Panthers versus the Best Academy Eagles.
This is Atlanta Football Insider Game of the Week. We are back. Grady versus Carver. Grady will be in pump formation on this 4th and 9. Punt is taken and is almost blocked. A powerful punt there and a big hit there as that was Bryce Wilson who made a few guys miss on that return. And
Bryce Wilson there on the return, hobbling off, and you see him hobbled off the field right there. Seems to get a little injury, but set up another Carver possession here. Both teams, a plethora of penalties and turnovers here in the second half. It seems like the team that slows down the turnovers and the penalties will be the team that comes out on top in this one.
Here we go, as this is Aaron Williams, who was in at quarterback, just took the snap right up the middle and got a 1st down there.
Yeah, the Nebraska commit Aaron Williams right up the middle, and you've seen that. You've seen him take 2 fake punts and go right up the middle with him, also lining him up at quarterback. He's a prime athlete, and they seem to try to get him the ball any way, anyhow they can.
As this will be Gregory Payton on the handoff. He only gets a few, as Aaron Williams was in there at quarterback.
Yeah, it seems like Coach Miles is elected to go with the best athlete out there, just lining up in almost that wildcat, wouldn't say wildcat, but just a read option formation, trying to get anything he can going.
Williams takes the snap, goes right up the middle again, and gains another. Oh, he's still up. And another big play there by Aaron Williams, as he'll pick up another 1st down.
Yeah, great effort there by Aaron Williams, eluding the tackle there, running through defenders and staying on his feet, just keep churning his feet. Or great running backs and great ball carriers. Even though they're touched, they just keep running, they're churning your feet. You're able to pick up yardage on the play. The Nebraska commit is putting the team on his back right now, and this is a great drive set up here by Carver.
Williams takes the snap, hands off to Peyton. He's got the edge. Here he goes. He makes a guy miss, and he will pick up a first down there. Another big gain by Carver.
Yeah, way up on the tackle there, but not before Gregory Payton picked up another first down for the Carver team. Look at just a great run and a stiff arm on the play right there, and they have a lot of momentum getting going here on with the ground game when they put Aaron Williams in the game for this Wildcat package.
Here we go. Williams takes the snap, hands off to Peyton again, who has the edge again. And he will get another solid gain as he'll be wrapped up by a bunch of white jerseys.
Yeah, good job here by Coach Darius Miles, switching it up here, giving these guys a different look, putting Aaron Williams up there at quarterback and allowing him to line up there. Forces the coach from Grady to call a timeout as guys are seen to be gassed there on the sideline, getting these guys in one-on-one matchups in the middle on the outsides, and they're taking advantage of this run defense of Grady.
Make sure you follow Atlanta Football Insider on Twitter and Instagram at Atlanta Football Insider. Also, download our app, Atlanta Football Insider, on Google Play and the App Store. We'll be back after this. This is Atlanta Football Insider. We are back here at Lakewood Stadium. Carver 14, Grady 6. Snap is taken here by Aaron Williams, but there's a penalty flag on the field. Referee's decision is a false start on Carver.
Yeah, Carver seemed to get away from that penalty bug there with the switch with Aaron Williams at quarterback, giving these guys a different look for Grady. But right there, another penalty sets them back. Luckily, it leads to a 2nd and 8. Pretty much has in positive downs here, but see what they get going now.
Aaron Williams now looks over to the sidelines. Coach Darren Miles telling him to play. Peyton in the backfield with him. Williams hands off to Peyton, and he has the edge once again. There he goes. The 10 beats a man, and it's a touchdown for Carver, but there is a penalty flag on the play.
Yeah, great effort and run there by Peyton, but it will be negated with a back-breaking penalty here. It's coming back, but great effort there, good run there. Peyton showing off those burners there. The guy scored 7 touchdowns on last season, and he's a big factor in this offense on this season.
As that was a big play for Carver, unfortunately for them, it'll be coming back due to penalty. They've had a bunch of them tonight.
Yeah, but this is not the first time these guys have had these penalties build up and take away touchdown scores against Washington. Against Washington, Gregory had a 75-yard punt return for a touchdown called back because of legal block in the back.
Tim Sante Dukes takes the run now, as it was pretty much the same play, and he was able to get some good yardage on that one.
Yeah, not just Peyton, but you have Dukes here to throw in to get his change of pace. It seems to be a bigger running back, a good bit of running there to get on the 3rd and short for this team. With Aaron Williams back there, the defense has to kind of figure out what to do. Do you dive there on the running back, or do you follow Aaron Williams?
Here we go. Williams takes it. Hands off now to Gregory Payton. And he will move the chains on that one as it was good enough for the first down.
Yeah, and this Grady defense is on their heels with this new look with Aaron Williams at the quarterback position, almost pretty much playing the Wildcat, faking the handoff and running, or he giving the handoff to Payton. It's pretty much a matchup nightmare out there for the defense right now. The defense has been on the field for an extensive period of time on this long drive.
Aaron Williams, who has been the quarterback pretty much this whole drive. He'll take it himself on a read option, and he was hit hard there by Jamon Glass. Excuse me, Marlon Character.
Just a bit of the same. You wondered which team was going to commit to that running game because the running game on both sides has been pretty successful. Carver electing to go with it on this drive, pretty much not having a quarterback in at all on this drive, electing to go with Aaron Williams, the Nebraska commit, but lining up in the Wildcat formation, just running it right down Grady's throats.
Williams takes it again, and he will hand off up the middle to Gregory Payton, but he wasn't able to get much there.
Now Grady finally getting a stop and leading into his 3rd and 6, almost forcing Carver to put it in the air here on his 3rd and 6. You see what Coach Miles elects to dial up on this play with a 3rd and 6.
And the Grady defense jumps there, and that will move Carver up 5 yards. As Jalen Witt was the one who jumped off sides. This will now set up Carver with a 3rd down and 1. Man in motion, as that was Bryce Wilson, and that's going to be close. He might have gotten stopped there.
Yeah, after that penalty, good job by the Grady defense coming up with the stop there, leading to 4th and 1. Wilson, you seen Wilson just pretty much just overrun the play. He seemed he could have cut back on the inside for more yardage to get that 1st down, but good job on the defense by making a stand, setting up the 4th down and 2.
And Aaron Williams is in the backfield, so they will go for it before the quarter runs out. Williams takes it up the middle, and he gets hit hard, but it looks like forward progress will give him the 1st down.
Yeah, Aaron Williams is electing to keep the ball right there, self-handed off to the running backs and receivers on the previous 2 plays, but electing to take it himself to pick up the 1st down and keep this clock running. Not on his. Oh, excuse me. He did not make it on the spot. He did not make it. Grady coming up with a stop. As the Carter team is stunned out there as a change of possession and an injury timeout. But good job by the Grady defense right there. It seemed like Aaron Williams picked up the 1st down, but the Grady defense came up with a hold right when they needed it on the inside the 20-yard line, inching inside the 10. Aaron Williams stopped on a short play. Now the offensive Grady takes over again, and they haven't pretty much got anything going here in the second half, negated by penalties and turnovers to slow them down. As the 4th quarter draws near, they need to get something going to try to get a score and get back in this ball game.
Yeah, as Cedric said, big defensive stop there by Grady. This will now set them up with a big 1st down. 8.9 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Grady will take over on their own 9-yard line. So if you're Kalen Newton right now, what's going through your mind? 1 possession game, but it's been like that for a while now.
Well, the team was in a 1 possession game against Washington, and he pretty much responded well. Just do what you've been doing. Just try to limit the turnovers and try to make sure your team is in adequate position not to make any mistakes right here, because that's what you don't want to do.
Here we go. As Newton waits for the referee to blow his whistle. Newton will have 3 guys to his left, along with Martin Fleming next to him in the backfield. We seem to have some sort of delay on the field. And now the referee blows his whistle. 9 seconds to go. Newton takes the snap, hands off to Fleming, and he is stuffed behind the line of scrimmage.
Good job by the defense right there. Coming up to make that stop for a negative gain on that play. And that's the end of the fourth quarter. The score 14-6 in favor of Carter. Atlanta Football Insiders will be back after this break to start the fourth quarter.
Make sure you download our app, Atlanta Football Insider, on your Android, iPhone, or BlackBerry.
This Atlanta Football Insider Game of the Week, Grady versus Carver. We are here to start the fourth quarter as your score is Carver 14, Grady 6, but Grady will have the ball at their own 6-yard line facing a 2nd and 13. Carver puts a lot of men in the box as Newton hands off to Jaquez Sloan, who's able to get around the outside, and there he goes, but there is a penalty flag on the field as it looks like he is gone. This will be his 2nd long touchdown run of the night, and he does a flip into the end zone.
Great run right there, getting around that edge by Sloan. Sloan is making the case for more carries here for Grady. Great run, great play call, and great design there by the Grady team. But like David said, it is a flag on the play. Let's see if it may be negated. But good job, a good bit of running. Like I said before, both teams' running game has been pretty successful. It's just a team that's want to sticks with it the most here. It's going to probably come out successful, but seems like it's gonna be called back on the hold. But great bit of running there by Sloan.
That's such a drive killer there for Grady, as you really have to try and find something to build off, as you had a long run there that had to get called back due to penalty. Very unfortunate for Coach Moreland's team. Here we go. This will be a 2nd and 15 from their own 3-yard line, as Newton will take this snap in a pistol formation in his own end zone. Very risky here for Grady. Newton takes the snap, hands off, and he will be tackled in the end zone. It's a safety for Carver, and add 2 points to that score, 16-6, Carver over Grady.
Yeah, those penalties come back to haunt you, and they haunt you in a big way. Right on the goal line, the defense comes up with a safety on the play. Good job there by that defensive line, getting in the backfield and sniffing out that play. It seemed before that Grady would get a touchdown by Sloan on the long run, and a penalty sets him back right on the goal line, and it ends up in a safety and possession with Carver.
As that was really a swing of momentum, as it looked like Grady might have an opportunity to tie the game after the long run on a 2-point conversion play, but it was called back due to a holding penalty. Then on the very next play, running back was stopped in his own end zone for a safety. Make sure you download our app, Atlanta Football Insider, on Google Play and the App Store. Also, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Atlanta Football Insider. Now Grady will have to punt to Carver after the safety.
And now you look at the scoreboard. It's a 2-possession game here in the fourth quarter. If you're Grady, you have to pull yourself together. It hasn't been a good night for them offensively and defensively, but you can just try to get a stop and get the ball back and try to get some type of things going on. But on the Carver sideline, you have the ball 10 points, 2 possessions. You just use that running game with Aaron Williams and also Gregory Payton and just try to turn out some yards on the ground and run out this clock.
Now Grady will kick it deep. This will be taken at the 40-yard line. And that was Bryce Wilson, I believe. And breaks a few tackles and a good run there. As that was actually Gregory Payton.
Yeah, you saw Gregory Payton on that run. Gregory Payton is lined up on all kickoff teams, all special teams. He's played almost every position from receiver to kick returner, and he has a ton of yardage in totality on the game, and this running game has been pretty impressive. You want to see what set up right past midfield, great field position here for Carver with the ball up 10.
Here we go, as Carver will now have the ball at the Grady 43-yard line. Here we go, as this was Barber in at quarterback. He hands off, and that was Gregory Payton picking up yardage close to the first down marker.
And Payton there doing a hokey pokey as he picks up 9 yards on the play. He's just slippery guy. He's athletic. He's nimble. He has great footwork. He has great vision. He's a complete back out here doing everything for this Carver team. And he has his footprints and handprints all over this ball game.
Here we go. Barber will take the snap again. Hands off again to Payton. And on the 2nd and 1, he will pick up the first down.
And for that short game, picks up the first down, and that's what you see. Time of possession is going to probably be in favor of Carver in this game right now. As the ball is placed for the first down, the clock continues to run, and you see Carver taking their time, setting up. You look for Carver to try to run this clock out. And, well, as you can see, an injury timeout. Seems to be Gregory Payton coming off the field. And Carver fans don't want to see that.
This is Atlanta Football Insider Game of the Week. 4th quarter action, 10 minutes and 34 seconds to go. We'll be back after this.
Tune in next week for our Game of the Week. We have the Thero Panthers versus the Best Academy Eagles.
We are back now at Lakewood Stadium. Your score, Carver 16, Grady 6. Carver will have a 1st and 10 from the Grady 32-yard line. Barber takes the ball, and it is fumbled as Dukes was the running back on that play, but it looks like Carver got it back. As wasn't a good handoff there by Kentrell Barber.
Yeah, you take Gregory Payton out the game, and you have Dukes in. Just a fumbled handoff right there, not able to get anything going.
Here we go, Kentrell Barber hands it off to Dukes again, and he doesn't get anywhere on that run.
Yeah, Dukes stuck in the backfield. Right now, 9 minutes 30 seconds. Tick off the clock. If you're Coach Miles here, you almost with the Grady defense selling out, stacking the box, scared of this run game. You almost have to probably try a play action, roll out, play action pass, because you have wide receivers wide open down the field on this 3rd and 13.
Kentrell Barber will now be, and we will have another timeout charged to Carver. So Cedric, 9 minutes to go. This is really the stretch. What do you do on both sides of the ball?
Well, if you're Grady side of the ball, you almost have to pretty much stop the run, and the run's been killing them here in this second half in this ball game, and watch for those sweep edge plays. In fact, on the other side of the ball, if you're Carver, like I said, you might want to. You've been running here exclusively in the second half. I would try to throw a monkey wrench out there and probably try to get my quarterback on a rollout, a play action bootleg type play where there's running pass option. You see Grady selling out for the run, 9 men in the box. You can hit him with a play action pass and throw it deep over the heads.
Here we go, as both teams are now on the field. Kentrell Battle will be in the backfield. Ball placed at the 35-yard line of Grady. Battle takes a snap, and he'll roll out to his right. And that was an incomplete pass there, as his man wasn't really open on that play.
Well, right there, the miscommunication by the running back and quarterback on the play action exchange. Pretty much no receiver in the area, just trying to get the ball out of his hands to avoid the sack.
This will now set up a 4th and 13. And looks like Carver might go for it, as this might be a little too short to punt, but definitely too long to kick a field goal. So they will go for it on 4th and 13, up 10. Battle is the quarterback. Takes the snap in shotgun formation, looks, rolls out to his right. He's got room. He's got a man on the sidelines, and a beautiful tiptoe catch there by, looks like number 5, Travion Baker. But there is a penalty marker on the field. And there will be a personal foul against Grady. So that will move them up even more.
Well, the penalty pretty much set him up on first down, but good job by the quarterback rolling out, evading the pressure. You had Grady set back in pretty much a 2-3 zone. Well, not 2-3 zone, excuse me. Cover 2 zone on that wide open man right there in between the safety and the cornerback. A good throw by the quarterback and way to come back to the ball by the receiver. With Grady, you can almost sense the frustration with the personal foul calls. They had several of those tonight, pretty much uncharacteristic of Grady, but Earthland Morwin on the sideline trying to get his troops rallied together to try to finish this ball game out strong. But Carver's looking really impressive down the stretch of this ball game and set up inside the 10-yard line with a 1st and goal opportunity to try to almost put this game away early here in the 4th.
Here we go, as this was Aaron Williams in at quarterback. But there is a penalty marker on the field, and it looks like this will be holding, so that will set Carver back 10 yards if that penalty is confirmed. And there's now a man down for Carver. Make sure you follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Atlanta Football Insider. Also download our app on iTunes and Google Play. We'll be back after the break.
Tune in next week for our game of the week. We have the Thero Panthers versus the Best Academy Eagles.
As this Atlanta Football Insider game of the week, Grady versus Carver. Carver will have a 1st down and 25 off 2 penalties to start after picking up the 1st down. Excuse me, 2nd and 25. Play will now resume. As Kentrell Barber, it will be under center to start the play. Gregory Payton's in the backfield. Barber gets the ball, pitches out to Payton on his left, and he tries to cut back, and he's still going as he really pushed through that line.
A great bit of running by Gregory Payton. Again, seemed to be stopped in the backfield for a 3-yard loss. Turns it into a positive gain as he turned out yards there, pushing his feet, pick up 5 yards. There, that's just all Gregory Payton right there. ran right into the defense and just got lower than everybody else and just kept moving his feet.
Barber takes a snap, another pitch, and it's an end around, as this was Aaron Williams, but wasn't able to get too much. As Marlon Character there with the stop on defense for Grady.
And it almost seemed like it would break for a nice little game, but Aaron Williams only picking up minimal yardage. Great tackle in open field there by Marlon Character to limit that damage on that play. But you look at 3rd and 19. And you already know Coach Miles is going to go for it on 4th down, so do you pick a short little pass play or something to try to make it 4th down and short.
Barber will be under center with Timsante Dukes as the running back, and that ball is thrown deep and intercepted by Grady. As that was number 23, Ron Quavius Cullens, the great cornerback for the Gray Knights.
Yeah, Earthly Moreland called him the greatest athlete on their team, and he said that's saying a lot. Guy has D1 potential right there, came up with a big interception on that play. Also had an interception in the game versus Washington as well. Good job coming up with a big stop right there when they really needed it. Down 10 points with 6 minutes and 53 seconds left. The Great Knights are not out of it. If they can get something going here on offense, they can get right back into the ball game.
Here we go as Newton will take the snap, drops back, looking for a man, rolls out now to his left, and he will just have to run into a defender there.
Yeah, this is Kalen Newton. Accounted for 3 touchdown passes against Washington, 2 passing, also receiving as well, but not much going here for Marlon Character, Jamon Glass, the standout wide receivers, and being locked down by this Carter defensive secondary.
Newton takes the low snap now. He recovers, has a man, he finds him, as that was Amir Smith, standout receiver there.
Yeah, Amir Smith there with a catch, moving the ball down the field. Good first down pickup. Seems like every time Kalen Newton's in trouble, he finds Amari Smith on the play.
Newton now on 1st and 10. Will roll out to his right. He's got plenty of time. Has a man wide open, as that was number 25 for Grady, Ahmad Heron. He's had a few catches tonight, as he was wide open there.
You haven't seen that a lot, rolling Kalen Newton out, but you can see Kalen Newton rolls out on that man wide open. You have the secondary for Carver. Miscommunication back there, man wide open. Heron with the catch, setting up Grady for a scoring possession here inside the 30-yard line.
Grady will now run a hurry up. Newton takes a snap in shotgun. He's looking around. He's got a man chasing him, rolls out to his left, and he throws, and it's complete there. As he was close to the line of scrimmage, but it looks like he was still behind.
Yeah, it seems like they should just keep Newton back there on the run. He throws great on the run. Right there, Aaron Hudson with the catch, and Ahmad Heron with the catch on the previous play. Finding Kalen Newton making plays with his feet, extending the drives and finding men downfield and making great throws.
As we will now have a timeout. This Atlanta Football Insider, Grady versus Carver. We'll be back after this. It's Atlanta Football Insider Game of the Week. I'm David Specker along with Cedric Morgan. We are back here at Lakewood Stadium. 5 minutes and 43 seconds to go in the 4th quarter. Your score, Carver 16, Grady 6. Grady will have a 1st and goal, though, from the 10-yard line. Newton takes a snap, and it's a read option. Beautiful play as he faked the whole defense and got in for the touchdown.
Kalen Newton right there with the great fake there. You hadn't seen him taking off downfield a lot on those design plays, but right there, everybody funneled in by that fake, and he just goes around the edge for an easy touchdown score. Just like the last game against Washington with a touchdown score on the ground. So with that score right there, they can cut the lead and get back in the ball game with 5 minutes to go in the game, and they're in prime position to make a run and try to get the lead.
As Grady will be going for 2 here and try to make it 14 for them on the board, but we will have a flag on the field. And it'll be an offsides on the defense, so that will help Grady. So that certainly makes it shorter for the Gray Knights as they try and get back in this ball game. Here we go. Newton will set up in the shotgun. 2 wide to each side. He has Martin Fleming in the backfield with him. Takes the snap, looks, rolls out to his left, and he has nowhere to go, and he is sacked. So they will not get the 2 points.
Short field, they couldn't find anybody open, and the defense converged on him and made a play in the backfield for the sack. It was 16, the score 16-12, 4-point deficit faced by Grady with 5 minutes left on the clock, looking to kick the ball deep and try to get a stop and get the ball right back to try to make this a game.
So now Grady will have to kick back to Carver. But Cedric, if you can get a big defensive stop here, who knows what can happen.
Well, they've been getting them stops all night with whether it be through the penalties that Carver had or you know, fumble recoveries. They've been getting stops. So I look for the defense to, you know, come up with a good, you know, 3 or 4 plays and try to get this Carver team off the field and get the ball back. So now you see the kicking team getting ready to set the kickoff. You know, Earthling Moore will I probably see if him electing to kick it deep, not choosing the onside kick it here. With the defense has played so well for Grady, getting the offense the ball. The offense is starting to come alive here in the second half. Well, second half of this fourth quarter. So see what they can do.
As Gregory Payton will be back deep. He takes it at the 10-yard line. Here he goes as he finds a seam. And he's still going out to the right. Cuts back now. And an exciting run there. Another one by Gregory Payton, as that will get the Carver offense to about the Grady 37-yard line.
Yeah, every time Gregory Payton touches the ball, you think he can take it the distance to the house. Good electrifying little run right there. Sets up good field possession for Carver. Now the onus is on the defensive side of the ball for Grady, but for Carver, you have 5 minutes left in the game, and you still have a 4-point lead. If I'm Coach Miles, I'm telling my guys to just everybody calm down, take a deep breath, and let's execute our offense to a T and just get out of here with a win. You can try to run this clock down as far as it can go, and try to get a score.
And now they will send out Octavius Battle at quarterback with Timsante Dukes at running back. Battle is under center. He hands off to Dukes, who finds a seam, and he cuts right through that hole.
Yeah, just about what you expect from this Carver offense. Let's get the ball to the running backs and let this clock keep ticking, and try to see if you can run out some more clock.
Here we go, as Battle's under center again. And when he fumbles the snap, we'll see who has it, as it looks like Carver hopped on it. And that is about the 3rd fumble that Carver has hopped back on. So that's very fortunate for them.
Yeah, it just goes back to what we were saying earlier in the ball game. You have several guys at the quarterback position coming in and taking snaps from the center. So you have a lot of quarterback center exchanges going on, and you have to adjust to each man as he goes out there and makes the change there at quarterback. So try to get this cleaned up and avoid the costly turnover there.
Here we go. This will be a 3rd and 6 Battle. There's a screen out to number 18, Bryce Wilson, as he has had a few electrifying plays, but he doesn't get anything. So this will be a big 4th down here.
And stopped there by Ronquavius Cullins that made the interception on the previous possession. Ronquavius Cullins coming alive here on the defense side of the ball for Grady, making big play after big play to keep these guys in the ball game.
Here we go, 4th and 5, big decision time. What do you do here if you are Coach Miles, Cedric?
Right now, I'm just going to kick it deep. We have close 3 minutes left in the game and put the onus on my defense to stop these guys and make a stop for them. Up 4 points, so just try to make a stop. They need a touchdown to win, so just get a stop.
Here we go, snap is taken, punt. He got it off as it wasn't very deep. And they will down it at, oh, and that's a live play, as they will tackle him at about the 44-yard line.
Yeah, and the coaches on the Grady sideline livid as you see the return of 52. Grady try to field the punt right there in a crowd of Carver defenders, and you see Coach ripping into him a little bit there. Something you can't do in a close game, in a game of this magnitude. 3 minutes to go in the game, down 4. But Kalen Newton's hot offensive Grady gets back on the field. See if Carver can come up with a defensive stop to hold on to win this ball game.
So we have 3 minutes and 13 seconds to go here in the 4th quarter. Carver 16, Grady 12, but this is the time for Grady as they will go into the late stretch drill and try and put in some points to win this game. And that is Fleming with the big carry there for the 1st down.
The ground game has been working for these guys. Fleming with a big run there on 1st down, moving the chains. The momentum is all in Grady's favor right now as they continue this drive to try to take the lead.
Here we go. As Grady in the hurry-up offense. Newton takes a snap. Hands off to Fleming again, but he stumbles, and he is hit by a bunch of Carver defenders in the backfield.
Coming up to make the big tackle right there is Travion Baker and a host of Carver defenders there catching Fleming in the backfield, and the time clock ticks down, 2:40 right now, and the clock is not working in favor of Grady right now.
Here we go, as this will be a 2nd and 15 from the 50-yard line. Newton takes the snap, looks around, pump fakes once, he throws deep, he's got a man on the sidelines. Oh, and he almost had him. That was a very close play there, as Amir Smith was the intended receiver.
Yes, Amir Smith intended for his go-to receiver there. Great defense there by the defensive back to break up that play and run stride for stride with the receiver. Not much separation other than the one broken play. To Heron, it's not been much going in the passing game.
As Newton takes the snap again, and pressure is brought by Carver. Newton's got plenty of room. He will take off. There he goes as he cuts back fields, but he is not able to get too much, as this will set up a 4th and long here.
Right here, this 4th down, and you know Coach Earthly Moreland's going to go for it. 2 minutes and 3 seconds left in the ball game, and a timeout by Grady. Right here, you're discussing this. This could be the potential game winner for Carver if they were able to get the stop and keep the drive going on the Grady side if they were to pick up a 1st down.
So, Cedric, what do you dial up here? You know, you have a 4th and long. You have to go for it if you're Grady. What are you calling here if you're Coach Moreland?
Well, I'll call a rollout play for my quarterback, Kalen Newton. Not much going on in the passing game, but only plays that's been able to work were the plays that he was scrambling, finding guys down the field when he scrambles, you have the defense looking at him, trying to run up and try to make the tackle on him. As they run up and converge on him, that leaves the wide receivers open downfield. That's why you saw the miscommunication on the previous possession to Herring down the field. So I'll try to get my quarterback rolled out either left or right, probably to the strong side, and try to find a man downfield.
This will be a big 4th and 7 with 2 minutes and 3 seconds to go in the game. These Carver fans are showing a lot of pride for their defense as Newton takes a snap, rolls out to his left, and he throws the ball, and it's complete to Amir. And now they'll rule it incomplete as...
And it was incomplete there. Amir Smith seemed to have it in his hand, but lost possession of it as he hit the ground. But you get Kayla Noonan in a favorable spot right there on the rollout. You find your man wide open, just can't come up with the catch. But good effort there by the secondary of Carver there, as you saw all night long. Now you see Grady with 2 timeouts left and 1 minute and 54 seconds left. Carver can potentially run out the clock with a first down. So right now, this is the defense of Grady try to dig deep to try to find anything they have left to try to come up with a stop or come up with a game-changing turnover right here. Carver's been susceptible to turnovers tonight, so you try to see what Grady can do.
As Kentrell Barber, who has probably taken most of the snaps tonight, will be in now as Carver tries to finish out this game with the ball. And that was Gregory Payton with a good cutback there, but he didn't get much as he was stopped in the backfield.
Yeah, Gregory Payton is, whenever he hits the ball, he makes at least 2 guys miss before he's even touched. But right there, a 1 yard loss on the play. But the winning thing is that the clock is still running, and if you're Carver, you want that going on.
Here we go as the clock is ticking. We have about 1 minute and 15 seconds to go here. Kentrell Barber takes the snap, and he will hand off to Gregory Payton. He gets the outside. There he goes down the sideline, and he will step out there at the 31-yard line. And Cedric, what do you think of that play there?
It was a great play, a great pickup right there. But the only thing I would say on the play that was negative was Peyton running out of bounds. You want to stay in bounds to keep the clock running. But nevertheless, big play by Peyton, and he's been running all over these guys all night long. Big yardage and big gains on the ground. And like I said, he's been putting his team on his back, and he's been the player of the game in my mind in this ball game.
Yes, now the clock will stop after Peyton runs out of bounds. But Barber will take the snap again. He'll hand off to Dukes this time. And Dukes goes up the middle with the big gain there.
Yeah, that's just when you commit to that running game as Carver did, you wear out the defense, and that's what you see right now unfolding the defensive line there. Guys hand on their hips, walking gingerly out there as if they already lost the game, but good run there by Dukes. Fresh legs coming in, just hitting the hole with a burst of speed. And it almost seems to be in hand right now as the clock continues to tick.
As we will have 35 seconds to go in this game. As Dukes will take the handoff again, but he only gets about a 2 or 3 yard gain.
That handoff pretty much cements the win here for Carver team. That was really impressive on both sides of the ball, starting off with the line of scrimmage. The running game pretty much took over in the second half, and they went exclusively on the ground, and that's the ball game.
Your final score tonight here at Lakewood Stadium, Carver 16, Grady 12. I'm Davis Baker, along with Cedric Morgan. Oh, and now we will go down to the field with Dawn.
Hey guys, this is Dawn here with Atlanta Football Insider, and Carver High School just beat Grady High School 16-12. I'm standing here with the Streets 94-5 player of the game, Gregory Payton. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful. So tell me how you think you won.
teamwork, effort, coaches. We got the best coaches in APS.
All right, all right, all right. So my next question is, I thought you had 2 touchdowns. You corrected me and told me you only had 1. So how do you feel about them calling back that 1 touchdown?
I mean, I don't feel like nothing. We just kept grinding. We know we had to come out with the win.
Are you sure you're not mad?
No, man, I'm not mad.
You just happy you got the win?
Yes, man.
All right. Have a good night, okay? All right. Hey, guys, I'm standing here with Carver High School's football coach, Coach Miles. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. It's glad to get a W.
All right, all right. How'd you feel about the second half of the game?
Well, the second half was hard fought by both teams. I thought both teams did an extremely great job of fighting and showing resiliency. You know, the game could have went either way. You know, our boys sucked it up, and they gave us what we asked for. We asked for our offensive linemen to do a better job of blocking by sustaining them. We asked for the receivers to do a better job by sustaining blocks. And we asked for our defense to step up as well. And, you know, they answered the call.
All right, tell me something that you guys need to majorly improve on for the next game.
Penalties. We have to do a better job with our penalties the second week in a row. We had 15 penalties last week. We had 12 this week. You know, it can't be all the referees. A lot of it is us. We have to get better at that, improving on that. We also need to improve on taking care of our bodies. We have a lot of two-way players that's not doing a good job of putting fluids in their bodies. Okay. You know, one of my main players, Aaron Williams, that was in and out of the game. I was 21. Bryce Wilson. You know, Greg, 22. But, you know, to show you their resiliency, they would not stay on the sideline. They had to be. You know, we always talk about having our best 11 on the field in the fourth quarter, and they came through. Okay. But I would say definitely, you know, getting better with the penalties and taking care of our bodies so we can be, you know, we can finish a football game.
All right, well, congratulations on your win. Thank you.
Thank you.